Hi guys, it's Lia here. Welcome back to Property Couple. It's a little bit of a late upload. If you're a regular on our channel, you'll know that we always upload on Sundays. We have just had our 1-year wedding anniversary, so we're a little bit behind on our uploads and it's not like us, so just wanted to say that. In today's video, I'm going to be doing some desktop research showing you how I sort of deep dive on an area before potentially putting any offers out. Just wanted to show you what that looks like, the kind of research I do, the websites I use, the cash flow calculator, deal analyzers that I use, and share that with you. So I have just filmed it. I'm sat at that little desk for the video. I'm now looking at the files I've just recorded, and I have noticed that my face is out of focus for the whole video. So you can see me, but it's just a bit blurry. You can hear me perfectly. I use my microphone, but I can't record it again. It's too much, just too much. We just want to go out and have our little 1-year wedding anniversary dinner. I need to get ready, blah, 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 life story. No one cares. But yeah, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry it's a little bit blurry. The content's good. The blurriness is not so good on my face, but enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts and I will see you guys in the outro. If you're new here on our channel, welcome. If you're a regular, then you'll notice we're in a different location. We recently moved. We live down in Surrey now. We're not in the West Midlands. So I don't really know why I felt the need to share that. It's not important, but let's get into the video. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about a deal analyzer tool which may help you with your property research. So something that I get asked all the time is, number one, where should I be investing or where should I be looking at investing in the UK? And how can I truly look at the numbers and see if it cash flows positively? I was just doing a bit of property research this morning and I ended up zooming in on Middlesborough. And it's pretty random how I found myself there. I do know a sourcing agent in Middlesbrough that sends deals into my inbox. I was actually on the Telegraph website and they have a buy-to-let market tracker, and I'm not sure I've seen any tools like this anywhere else. So I'll just quickly show you what led me to Middlesbrough, and then I'll show you the deal analyzer tool that is the purpose of the video. Can you see this map of the UK here? What it is all of these areas have been labelled by how high the yield is. So the lightest blue is like the lowest sort of yielding area for buy-to-let in terms of rental yield. Look, this is what happens when you change it to like monthly rent. Obviously London comes up as like the most expensive area where rent is 1,880 on average. And then you've got like time to rent. This is pretty much everywhere's dark. What that means is from the moment a property is listed to the moment it gets let agreed, so rented, it's sort of categorized by how quick that happens. 9 days would be a very quick one. Places in Warwick get let agreed very, very quickly in as little as 8 days. Just all of these areas. Anyway, the one we're going to be focusing in on for this, rental yield, is what we're all here for, I think. And obviously you've got this fantastic yielding area up here, but this is Glasgow and I don't actually invest in Scotland. It's different rules up there. So I don't really touch Scotland because I don't know enough about it. Coming down the map into England, you see these dark areas here, Sunderland, County Durham, Hartlepool, and then Middlesbrough there. Middlesbrough's got a rental yield on average of 8.2%. The average monthly rent is £586. House prices on average are £114,000 and 12 days is the average time it takes to rent. The other bits of data here are that it's 21% rented and then it says house price trend 1.4%. But what I'm focusing in on here is the yield, because then I'm going to go do deep dive research on Middlesbrough as an area, and I'm going to be looking if HMOs work in Middlesbrough and what the yield would look like if a house was HMO. Because obviously for us, we have started on an HMO strategy and lent into that in order to get our cash flow as high as possible. So that's why I'm looking at it from an HMO perspective. So the first thing I did after seeing Middlesbrough as a high rental yield area is I went on the local council website to check for Article 4. So Article 4 is when the council remove the permitted development rights in an area to change the use class of a property. And in this case, that would be changing the use class from C3 to C4. So C3 being like a normal residential dwelling and C4 being a HMO dwelling, like a small HMO, where 3 or more people share a property, but they're not like a family household. They don't know each other necessarily, and they share things like a kitchen and a bathroom, or just share a kitchen and living room. If there's Article 4 in an area, you can't do that. You can't do that without planning permission. So the first thing I thought was, let's go and have a look at Middlesbrough, see what their council's saying about Article 4, because this is what happens when too many HMOs are in an area. Here you go. It says that HMO is when a property is occupied by 3 people who are not from one household. They say it so much better than me, but they share facilities like a bathroom or a kitchen. And then it says here, on December 2023, the council agreed to bring in planning control for changes of use to small HMOs, putting through an Article 4 direction. That doesn't necessarily mean it's gone through yet, but it means it's coming. Following a period of public consultation, the council confirmed Article 4 direction on the 30th of May 2024. We expect it will take effect from 8th of Feb 2025. What that means is that from Feb 2025 onwards, you have to put in planning permission for the change of use. So it makes it harder to get an HMO in these areas. As far as I'm aware, that doesn't mean you can't change from C3 to C4 under permitted development between now and like January, February 2025. You don't really want to be doing the conversions after, because obviously you'll be breaking the rules. That was the first point of call. And I think every council website, you can find out this information. All of this research is so needed. And you have to just go and do the digging to find out what's going on. So now I'm on Rightmove, I'm having a look at Middlesbrough. So I like to look at the map view as well. I don't know if you guys like doing that. I just like to sort of see where I'm at. I found a 4-bed. Let me just put in 4-bed to 4-bed so it can narrow it down. It's this one. So you can see this £85,000 offers over 85 for a 4-bed in Middlesbrough, and it's in TS1. So that's the most sort of central postcode of Middlesbrough. That's like town centre. TS2, TS3, TS4 are all a little bit further out. And when I was doing some postcode digging, I was finding out like about those postcodes. So here we go. The best areas to live in Middlesbrough for young professionals. And then it sort of says, look, TS1, town centre, it tells you a little bit about that. It does also talk about crime rates, and you obviously are going to get crime rates everywhere. Some of the best places in the UK have crime rates that are high. You're always going to get crime rates. It's just how bad it is. That's my opinion, by the way. And then it sort of like tells you, look, TS2 is like the boho zone. It's a little bit more vibrant, creative atmosphere. So creative student vibes, perhaps. Talks about the other postcodes. All of this is really, really important if you're doing desktop research and if you're not from that area, because you'll know from where you live. For example, like always look on your doorstep. You know what streets are just not a vibe. You'd be able to spot the worst house on the best street in an area that you know inside out, like where you live. But when you're researching investment areas, if it's far away from where you live and you're not able to go and walk the streets and speak to people and see what it's like and just go and get a vibe for it, then you're going to have to rely on the internet for a lot of this. So it's just about making informed choices. But I would always say try and go view it. So let's have a look at this one that I found. So this is on Crescent Road, Middlesbrough. You can see here this attachment. I've spoken to you guys about this attachment before. It's a free attachment. You can get it on Google Chrome and it's called Property Log. It basically tells you if there's been price reductions or if there's been a price change. As you can see, this one was listed April 2024 for 100 grand. They're obviously motivated to sell it because it's now £85,000. And we're in July. Just an interesting one. What I found interesting about this, let me show you, it's obviously in quite poor condition. It does look like it's got damp, needs full damp proofing. I would totally go back to brick on this one and just fully rip it out. Look at this kitchen, it's obviously a bit grimy. Bathroom is disgusting. It's amazing news because you maybe get like a cheeky offer in on this or feel a bit sick looking at that bathroom. Anyway, look at the floor plan. This floor plan, you've got that entrance hall there, and it makes sense that what was originally probably a living room has become a bedroom 4. Then you've got living room, dining area, kitchen and bathroom. I think the downstairs is cool. I do think that the living room could become another bedroom and perhaps 2 en-suites could be put into these rooms here and here. You might have seen in some of our HMOs where we use that sort of built-in wardrobe space to create like small en-suites with the shower cubicle. It just means the room's so much more desirable if people have got their own bathroom. I was also looking on spare room in this postcode for Middlesbrough, and I was looking at the room rent for bedrooms with an ensuite. So spare room's fantastic for looking at the best places, how much they rent for. So I've put in Middlesborough and I'm looking at TS1. This one looks nice. This is TS4. So it's a little bit further out, but it looks like it's nicely done up. Here we go. As you can see, this property's got really, really nice furniture. It's got the ensuite there. And this one's coming in at $695 per calendar month. A really, really good, like obviously the house is beautiful. Like it's got a garden as well. So that is one of the higher ones I've seen in the area. Let's also look at something that's a little bit closer to TS1. So here we go. Here's one in TS1 that's coming out at 120 per week. To work out what that is per month, we don't times it by 4. We just take the weekly rent of 120. We times it by 52 weeks in the year, 6,240, and then we divide it by 12. So 520 a month is getting somebody a room in this house. So here's the room. Not as beautifully done up as the other one we've just seen, but certainly achievable. It looked like it had an ensuite. There we go. Just a little ensuite like that. People pay much more for it. They just want their own space. They want their own bathroom. It also says that this one is brand new. So you'll probably be the first person to move into it. 120 sounds like a good number to base things off. I think we could do ours up nicer than that and dress them and stage them nicer. I'd be keen to push more for 550 and have someone negotiate you down to 520. Because remember, it is all bills included. What I'm looking for is like properties that are done up very nicely. See, this is a very average looking one, but obviously no ensuite on that one. It's just a double room. So double room, no ensuite, 475 per calendar month. It's worth also punching the numbers into the spreadsheet based on no ensuites. So based on much less refurbishment cost, because you're not adding all those ensuites. You're just doing the property up to a good standard, but they're sharing the bathrooms, and having a look at how that affects the numbers and how that affects the final monthly cash flow. That's just my 2 cents on spare room. So picture that, bedroom, bedroom. All of this stays as communal. Then going upstairs, bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. Up here, there could be potential to turn these 2 bedrooms, bedroom 1 and bedroom 3, into very, very big bedroom/studio spaces, where you turn bedroom 2 into big bathroom each. So that sort of gets like parted down the middle. And this room has kind of like a walk-in bathroom area, like a really nice big one, or even turning them into like studios with a little kitchenette, similar to this property that we've just finished in the Midlands. I'll just insert some pictures here of like the studio look with the bathroom in a space big enough. Could you see how upstairs you could actually probably get what you would get for 3 bedrooms for 2 big ones with premium features like having their own little kitchen area and having a nice big bathroom. So I would think that would be bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4, all with ensuite. And then obviously you could either keep that as a communal bathroom, or you could completely knock it through and have more kitchen. You could potentially just have like washer, dryer, fridges and storage in that area, so that the kitchen, dining room becomes a little bit more open. And this ends up looking a little bit like that one we did 2 years ago. I'm not sure if you remember the galley kitchen on this property, pictures on screen now, where you've got like fridges and washing machines and a very small bar area. There, they could eat food there, or you could just have that as a utility storage space. The only communal space in here would be the kitchen, the dining area, and that little bit here. I think that would be a really, really nice one to look at. In fact, I'm getting excited about it now. Let's look at the numbers on a spreadsheet for this property. For this, I'm going to be using Landlord because they have a free deal analyzer. The link will be in the description of this video. If you want to click on deal analyzer, if you're not a Landlord member, you can use a free tool. I think it gives you about 4 or 5 deal analysis examples. And then after that, it invites you to sign up for the platform for unlimited use. Obviously, I am a member of Landlord. Landlord are also a brand partner of ours. Even if they weren't a brand partner, I would still be a paying customer because I think their features are fantastic. So let's take that property we just spoke about. Let's have a look at the postcode, TS1 4QS. By the way, if you don't have property data like I do here as an attachment, and as you can see on Rightmove, it just says TS1, I'll just quickly show you a way of finding the full postcode when you're on a property on Rightmove. All you do is go down to sold prices, property sale history, then you go nearby sold prices, and it's there, TS1 4QS. So that's how you find out the full postcode of a property you're looking at on Rightmove. So right, we'll copy and paste that. And then we put that into the deal analyzer on Landlord, Crescent Road. We're going to be analysing it as a buy-to-let. And the purchase price they were asking for was 85, but they said offers over 85. Let's assume they got 85 and they accepted it because we saw that they were pretty motivated on this one. And expected monthly rent, let's assume that the 2 big bedrooms upstairs would rent at 650 each. And then the downstairs ones were coming in at 550 each. That's 2,400 per month. Obviously, I know, HMO, we're going to have to deduct a lot of utilities, council tax, everything, but let's just have a look. You click proceed to buy to let. As I scroll down, the ROI is going to look high, the yield at 25.5%, but because I need to fill in all the other details. But obviously the overview has already done some deductions for me. So you go edit and then purchase price, property value, expected monthly rent, stamp duty. It's already filled that in as if you were buying it as an additional property, which is what you'd pay through a limited company. Closing costs, that basically just means like legal fees. I might up that one a little bit to sort of 2,500. Refurb costs, I put in £70,000 for a full refurbishment. Obviously, refurb costs go up every year. Compared to some that we've done previously in a more expensive part of the UK, we've done stuff like this for about £55,000. We've done one for about 60, came to about 68. 70 is quite a lot. I do think you could completely redo this for 70. You know what's really interesting is that I have got like builders and I've got like construction people that follow the channel that get mad discounts, and they also do a lot of work themselves that could do this for so much cheaper. And if that's you, that's amazing. But I've never done any DIY in properties. I've literally just always paid people to do it because that is not my skill set. It's not my husband's skill set. His skill set is going out there and raising money and bringing investment into our business and allowing us to leverage. So we've always paid contractors. Everyone's different, but I've put obviously quite a high refurb cost in there to take this place back to brick and just do it how we want it. Moving on, buying with a mortgage. They've automatically filled in the 75%, which is exactly what I would say to mortgage. You don't really want to be mortgaging any more than 75%, which is to do with your overall debt on your portfolio. Say you've got 4 properties and they've all got 90% mortgages on them. When you try and buy the 5th, a lot of mortgage lenders will be like, hang on a sec, you've only got like 10% equity in all your portfolio, like we're not going to lend you this money for another one. Always kind of having like 25% down at least or more if you can on your properties is a great shout, in my opinion. Monthly repayment on interest only, they've put in 5% automatically, which is reflective of right now. You can obviously stress test that at like 6%, 7%. Let's leave it at 5 for now, interest only. They've also put in some arrangement fees here at 2%, which is about right as well. 10% down for a managing agent fee. For HMO, you could manage it yourself. Like you could put 0 in for that, or you could bake in a managing agent. Again, that's completely up to you. If it's your first deal, you might want to manage it yourself. You'll learn quite a lot. But then when it comes to doing more, you'll probably have to assign this to somebody else because your phone will be ringing non-stop. I'll leave it at 0 for now. So obviously the ROI will be higher by not paying a managing agent. The landlord insurance, I've actually put that in myself. Just say the landlord insurance was like 400. Monthly, that would be like, I'll just round it up to £34. Utilities, I think I've put that in at 350 based on like 4-bed HMOs, kind of what the bills are coming in at. We can stress test it more, say 400, which is like nearly one of the rooms of the 4-bed just pays the bills, council, gas, electricity, water. Also, if you're not doing this for HMO, don't put utilities in because that's on the tenant. I hope this is easy to follow. I feel like I'm just waffling. Right, so save that and then you come back to your deal and analyzer. And as you can see, the ROI is pretty high here, 62% ROI. I think I will put the managing agent in just because it is more realistic. The ROI is really high. Gosh, queue like 100 people trying to buy this house. So let's just put the managing agent in. Let's say that they're charging you 15%. Save that. Yeah, so it's obviously the net yield has obviously come down to 10%. I'm more interested in the monthly cash flow. Like this is the main thing I'm interested in. So if a property is renting for £2,400 a month, after everything's paid and factored in, it could be leaving you £1,335, which I think is pretty damn good. This is obviously all assuming that you got your offer accepted at 85 that you could do the refurb for 70, all these things. But I just think this is a really fantastic tool to help you calculate what you could be in for and how to really look at a property. Obviously, I don't invest in Middlesbrough. I've just used this as an area today to do a little bit of a deep dive. But if I was going to be investing in this area, I would be going there. I'd be back to back viewing like 8, 10, 12 properties, maybe all on a Saturday or on a weekday, trying to get as much info about the area, about the streets, about the vibe, you know, it's a big student area, there's a hospital, there's a university, there might even be 2 universities, but all of this you'd do in your research, you'd find out what's going on in the area, who's renting, if it's young professionals, if it's students. All of this will help paint the picture for you before you potentially invest a lot of your hard-earned cash in an asset there. And look, I hope you found this video helpful. If you want me to do more of these kinds of videos, I will. We can even do a live stream where we just do stuff together live, and I'm just sort of thinking out loud and doing area research on screen share. That's also an option. So let me know if you found this enjoyable. Not sure how enjoyable it is. Property is pretty long, isn't it? Half of property investing is just being on your laptop. But yeah, let me know, and I will see you all very soon. Also, Landlord, thank you for sponsoring this video. There is a link to the deal analyzer, which is free, in my description. And also, if you would like to sign up to Landlord, you can get a free trial and then 40% off a premium subscription. I'll leave all of that in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye, everyone.